Hi everyone, Rainey with my dream boat project here, which has recently been my nightmare project. Well, anyways, I finally figured out what was wrong, what I did wrong with my Sea Strike. And I thought I had it all figured out, but I didn't. It was a little bit deeper. So let me go ahead and show you the rough life my Sea Strike has been having. But it's over. Just bright skies and clear sailing from here on out. Maybe I shouldn't have said that so loud. Okay, so here she is, my Sea Strike, dubbed the Puddle Jumper. And you can see I've already taken off two of the longitudinals there on the right, those two right there. But anyways, initially I thought the problem was that everything seemed okay, but this bulkhead right here and that bulkhead right there were a little bit off at the top, kind of coming in. So I put a brace on that one, and I came and I put a brace on, this one, which I took off, and I put a brace in the front because that one was a little crooked at the top too. I don't know if it was the wood was warping, but everything was straight at the bottom. They were nice and straight and level going down, let's say from here to about here. Then they started to slope in. So I went ahead and took care of that. Then I took the side panels. You can see the things that I got. These are actually the bottom panels. Put them on top of the boat and got all the way to the front, and they didn't meet. Of course, initially they didn't meet at the back. This time they didn't meet right where they should have. They should have met right here at the front, right on this point, right over, let's see, right over here. Okay, I'll back up. You can see I have a little mark. But they were about a ½ inch too high. So I said, what's going on? So what I did was, I started looking at it. I put the side panels on too, and everything was great. Then I put the, I don't remember what this shelf here on there. And when I put this on, going all the way over, right here and on the other side were about that much too high. Probably about an inch too high on this side and on that side. And I was going, I wonder why. So what I did was I opened up the plans, and I took the full-size plans and made a little cutout over here of cardboard. So I took some cardboard, cut that out, came over and put this one in front of that one and measured everything. And what I found was, here we go. The base of it, the bottom part where it's sitting on the frame, was actually too tall. It was about, I can't really move this. It was about that much higher than what it should be. So I cut it going right across where it was supposed to be, and it's fine. But see, what happened is, now that dropped the frame down so the longitudinals don't fit. Because initially, when I had it higher and the longitudinals fit, they fit, but they were a little too rounded over here. So I sanded it down to make them meet. I figured if I sanded it down, now everything was perfect. But now that I see what's going on, that those were too tall, my longitudinals are too high, and they're too sanded down. So here's what I'm doing. I figured out the problem was this bulkhead here, number 2 bulkhead. And you know, I had measured it right. Matter of fact, I said the wood was about maybe 3/4 of an inch higher than it was, but I had a measuring line going across it. And in fact, on that side, I had already started to cut it across about 4 inches, and I stopped. So what I figured must have happened, I probably got a business call, ran upstairs, took care of it, came back down, forgot that I had to cut the rest, and screwed it on, figuring everything was all fine. So the other day when I was tearing everything apart, trying to figure, actually measuring, measuring, I saw where I started to cut. I saw the line and that I didn't cut it. So anyways, I cut it, and what I realized I need to do now, it's the right size, everything should fit perfectly, but my longitudinals aren't, because I sanded them down too much. So I went and called the lumber company, and they sent me 2 more sheets of my 1/2 inch marine ply. Isn't that pretty? And as you know, the price of lumber with everything going on now with COVID is more expensive. So I look at it as a $320 mistake. Hey, it is a hobby, right? So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to remeasure. First of all, I'm going to scarf them tomorrow, put them together, and I'm going to remeasure all 4 longitudinals, and I'm going to do them right this time, and they're going to fit on there perfectly. And then I'm going to take my transom here, which I already took off. I'm going to sand that down, re-fiberglass where it kind of got a little rough when I had to cut it off. I used my multi-purpose tool to cut that off. Put that back on. Of course, all I have left to do in taking apart is I need to take apart this longitudinal and this one from all the bulkheads. And so far, bulkheads are good. I've salvaged them as I've cut off the longitudinals, been very careful. Gonna do some sanding and take my time and do it right this time. Whew. So at least I figured it out. All the different problems I thought I had were basically one problem, which was about 3/4 of an inch too tall, where it's touching the frame, and I didn't realize it. So I kept on doing it and fixing one thing after another, and it just was like a dominoes type problem. So just so you know, the plans were fine. I didn't follow them accidentally, but I still didn't follow them. So that's what happens when you get interrupted. You got to check and double check and triple check. So it's been fun. A little frustrating taking it apart. That's why you saw my thumbnail. I made it look like the boat had a really bad day, because right now, with those longitudinals cut off, it kind of does look like it's having a bad day. I feel so bad for the girl, but she'll be fine, and someday I'll be in the water catching some great fish out in the middle of the ocean saying, "Remember when?" And old Puddle Jumper and I will be laughing about it. She'll be nice to me. So in closing, I want to thank all of you for your support. I've had a lot of supportive comments telling me, go ahead, fix it up, do it, you'll be happy. And I really appreciate your concern, your following with me, and your patience. And soon enough, we'll have this baby in the water. So it might be a little while before I get back, because I don't know if you really want to see me do the longitudinals all over and rebuilding everything, because I already went through it once. So I'm going to try to get everything done in the next couple weeks if I can. Most of you know I work from home, so I'm doing a lot of work from home, teaching and keeping busy. So between that, I'm going to come down here and see what I can do, because after all, it's my dream boat project. So again, thanks everyone for following along, and give us a thumbs up. It encourages me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.